Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and wanted to wear this mask because I'm like, why not? I like it a lot, and Halloween coming up soon. But I just did like kind of a video just talking about like events and stuff that are going on. I got invited for a few things. You can go and check it out. It's just it's wild. It's absolutely crazy just to think about. Like, I still can't believe it. But in this video, I'm going to talk about something. It's going to be like a little bit of a personal video, a little bit. So, as you can tell by the title, it's like, what do my tattoos mean? So, anybody who doesn't know, I kind of started getting tattoos. I started getting tattoos, not this past Labor Day, like this past September, September of 2018. So, Labor Day of last year. Um, and it's it's crazy, man. Just so many things happening. I was honestly like when I got my first tattoo, I was really nervous. I was like, oh god, like how is it gonna be? Like tattoos, obviously they're putting a needle in your skin and just yes ah. But they all have big time meaning for me. I'm not gonna be one that'll get a tattoo and it just has like not that much meaning. Every single one has significant meaning, and also like they're set up like this because like I'm a big fan of like Egyptian like or Mayan, like ancient hieroglyphs. Like I love how hieroglyphs are, with all of the work and such, because they're so mysterious because you have all the different pieces, all the different works, and like there's all these different symbols that can mean a lot to like the culture or such, and you don't know exactly what it means, but then you like try to research it and just figure out like what all these symbols mean and such. But that's why I have it set up like this because I'm a really big fan of hieroglyphs. But anyways, I'll just start talking about the tattoos. So obviously, the first one you guys can see, my very first tattoo that I got is this one right here on my shoulder. This is the Perseus logo. I think this one's easy enough to say what this represents. So this represents all of you. I will never switch up my channel logo. I started with the Perseus. I never changed who I am. You know, uh, Somehow this kid from the woods just managed to go from like 1 subscriber and having like a collection of like 3, 4, 5 Beyblades and like a crazy Bakugan collection. My Bakugan collection was way bigger than my Beyblade collection when I started YouTube. It was just Bakugan was ending, and so like everybody was getting out of it, and I'm like, there's no point in making videos because I feel like people are gonna judge me because I also started my channel when I was 16. I'm 24 now. I've been doing it for 7 years, but I always had the Perseus logo. I actually like had a small little like logo I made before, but I'm like, nah, I don't want that one. And then like this Perseus logo, and one of my friends actually like made like the base Perseus, and then I used that, and then I'm like, I want to make it like a little bit more of this different style because I love the silver on it, the metallic with it, because I have my chain. Anybody who doesn't know, like my mom gave me this chain. That's why I wear it all the time. Um, this is even for like people that know me in real life. I wear this chain. My mom gave me this in homecoming dance. uh, and ever since she gave it to me, I'm like, my mom gave me this, so I'm holding on to this, and it means that much to me. That's why I've never switched this chain. That's why I'll never ever switch this chain. Um, and I had a mega evolution pendant on it because like how like I just want to grow and evolve and such as a person as time goes along, because getting older you learn a lot more things and stuff. And yeah, it kind of got messed up, and then I had to super glue it in there, so it's missing part of the pendant, but still the same premise, and it makes it look more ancient, which is really cool. But yeah, so like I said, I got this on Labor Day of last year, and it represents all of you. So whenever I do anything like a big event or such, I record so you guys can see as much possible. Not only for me to go back and like even for me to go back and look at the memories and just remember what happened at that point, and just to see it and be able to go back and be like, holy crap, I was there. Like that was me that made that video. Like what? Because even like going back and looking at the videos of like the Invitational, the Battle of the Bay Tubers when I first went out to LA, the Blader Bash, the Baytuber Brawl, Anime Expo, all those events, I was just like, I was actually there. Like, that was me. I was talking to them, and it's just surreal, dude. It's absolutely crazy. But I always make videos as if only 2 people are watching, and somehow, some way, you guys have me at almost 60K, and it makes me want to cry every single time I say that, because it's surreal. I never imagined to get that far. I thought maybe I'm like my big goal would be to get to 1,000 when I started my channel, and then like after that happened, I'm like I'm just gonna make a ballistic goal that probably will never happen, 10,000, and then it happened when I was in college and I balled, and then I was just like, you know what? Oh, 20,000, screw it. And then it happened. And then I was like, there's no way. And now it's at like 60 and I'm freaking out. My ultimate goal for my life, for my channel is 100K, and that's it. Like I can never imagine even like getting that far. If I do, I'm going to freak out and I'm a ball when it happens. I don't even know if it'll happen, but yeah, I always make videos as if only two people are watching, and y'all are always on my arm. You guys are always in my heart and my soul, and you're literally engraved on my arm. That's why I'm never switching up my channel logo. It'll always be the Perseus. I know I've evolved and such. Like, I mean, I've always done Beyblade and Bakugan, but obviously doing a lot of Bakugan stuff because, like, the reboot and such, it's something I've always done. But also doing the Beyblade stuff, I never stopped doing either. And I've always loved them both so, so much. And it's how I originated, and I'll never switch on my channel logo. It'll always be here, man. It'll always be a part of me. So that's what this one represents. I got this Labor Day of last year. It's also funny because that's when MGK dropped his Rap Devil diss that nobody expected. And, he's kind of my favorite rapper. And yeah, so I'll never forget that day. This one I got at the end of November. So I have a brother, I had a brother, and he passed away. And I'm an artist. Anybody doesn't know I'm an artist. That's what I went to college for 4 years. I was big time in art before then, but then obviously got my degree in it, like studio art, graphic design. I actually have a college degree, my bachelor's degree. And this, I actually designed this for my thesis. So my thesis talked about my family and such. I got really personal with it because, like, I'm not want to talk about like my family or anything a lot. And I did with this. So like anybody who has me like as a friend on Facebook or something, you'll probably see the picture of it. I even have it on my Instagram, like pictures of like this big wall of work, me standing by this big wall of work of graffiti. It's actually my family story. I call it the family portrait that never happened because I've never had a big portrait with my family like that. But I lost my brother when I was in college. He passed away, and like even at that time, I know some people remember that because that's also when I started my first skit series. Well, before I started the actual big skit series, when I was doing like the small little arc with Bull and Wolf, and that's what started it, and then that's what built to, like the bigger series, and then I reincorporated them back into it. But around that time, with one of my skits, I started off by saying like, my brother because it was around Christmas when it happened, like a few weeks before Christmas, he passed. And I incorporated both works because I did one for my final that year and I showed it off in a video. And then I also did, I also made one for like my thesis and I incorporated both of them. Like I put their styles both together into this one piece. And this is how it turned out. So, his name is Derek, so Derek. That's what it says, just the graffiti style. And yeah, I did draw this. And yeah, the artist just helped me like, put a little bit of like a graffiti-esque type of design with it. Same thing for the Perseus because I love graffiti. It's my favorite art form. But yeah, he's always on my shoulder. I always looked up to to the sky, whenever I thought of him, and I still do to this day because I miss him. But I know he's always in my heart and he's on my sleeve, and I know he'd be proud of me if he was here. But yeah, that's what that one means. And sorry about the goosebumps. Just think about it. I get goosebumps. When I get really emotional, I get goosebumps. But then we've got all of these tattoos here. So if you could see, they're the tattoos of the 4-season legendary blader. So you got Orion right there. You got Pegasus. You got El Drago. You got Leon. Sagittario. If I can get it, there we go. Sagittario. That one definitely I felt the most. And yeah, so those 5. But just because, like, obviously I grew up with Metal Fight Beyblade. It's when I started my channel, was in the middle of MFB. And obviously it's past MFB's time now, but I'm still doing the skits and such. If you want to see more MFB content, check out the skits. I know some people might just be like, oh man, like those skits, like what even are they? They're literally like seasons 5 and 6 of MFB, like my own like sort of season for them, except they just happen in like a past timeline, well, like a timeline way after those events happen and in my world. So it's like literally you got characters, you got the plot, you got the evil characters, you got the good characters, you got the bays all coming together, you got the bays getting stronger, the evil getting stronger, and all that stuff. Like just how the basic plot of like an anime is, you know what I mean? And I finished my first series of it, and now the Zero G one is like the second season of that. And I'm currently in that right now, and then after that I'll do the burst skits and stuff. But like this is like the last thing for MFB for me, so just definitely enjoy them, definitely enjoy the videos. But yeah, and I started this series, like I said, that first strip with Bull and such, like we know my brother, started that in 2014. But the actual big time series, I started like August of 2015, like before my birthday, 2015. So you're talking about 2 series. I finished the first one. That was at the end of 2017. So that took me 2.5 years to finish that series. And then I started the Zero G one March of 2018. So for that one, it's been like about 1.5 years, and I'm trying to have it done before the end of this year. So it'll be like probably 2 years by that point. But that's how much goes into these series. You know what I mean? Like it's not just random events or anything going on. There's a lot to it. But with that being said, Um, like that's why I got, well, that'll explain some of the other tattoos too. But just how my personality is, like with El Drago, using anything for training. I mean, I live in the middle of the woods. I use any single thing for training. I never back down from like a challenge or anything. And just like I said, I don't get to go out and like battle people that often because not many people play the game in my area, whether it's Beyblade or Bakugan. But still, I just use anything for training. Like, people are like, "You're a big dude, like you're really really fit and such." I don't even like lift too much. I just go around, I stay active. I guess it's just in my nature because I'm so active going around and doing stuff. Even people like have seen me at events, they're like, "Dude, you run around and do a lot of stuff. It's pretty nuts." But yeah, and then for Pegasus, obviously being knocked down to your lowest point and getting back up, like, when he lost to El Drago, and then he came back and, got his base spirit back, even lost sight of himself for a little bit, and then, like, the whole Phoenix arc and such, but then it really set him up for, like, Battle Bladers and facing off against Ryuga, channeling everybody's spirits and such, and being able to beat him, like, just coming back from your lowest points. That's why I got this one. The Orion one, like, using anything for training, it's really similar to the El Drago one, but like how Chris was, like, feeling like he had to be off on his own because, just being in the middle of the woods and such, but realizing you have so many friends and people that care about you. And it's also, like, really similar to this, too, because of how Konzern's story was. Because at first, like, I used to get bullied in school a lot, and just, like, a lot of different things growing up. And didn't realize like who truly had my back or anything. And you just going to events sometimes, like, it overwhelms me when people are just like, dude, I watch your videos, I look up to you, I can't believe like you're even here right now. I'm like, dude, I can't even believe I'm here right now. Like, and then you're saying that, like, it hits me in my heart, man. Like, it's just crazy. Not so much on like the winning factor. I mean, I'm super competitive and such. Like, I'm competitive like the next guy, but still very humble and very grateful. But yeah, it's main theme of the Orion tattoo right there. Then the Sagittarius one, never giving up. That's the main thing, never giving up. People could tell you, like, you won't do this, you can't get far, you can't do that, but you can be that underdog that somehow becomes big to that level where, like, you're recognized big time. Like how Kenta never gave up when he pursued Ryuga, trying to get him to like help the other legendary bladers. Ryuga did go down in the battle with Nemesis, but then obviously like Kenta got that power because he got Ryuga's respect and he was able to fight that fight with them. Something that wasn't ever supposed to happen, actually happening. Like, I never thought I'd ever even get this far with YouTube. And like, I get so much support. I thought I was going to be judged big time for doing it, and I saw it as like my safe space to go and like make videos. I still do, even after all these years. Like I said, I've never changed. I've just somehow gotten big. And as you guys have on my backs and such, and made it where I can get this far, like to a level where I never thought I'd even get. It's crazy, man. But yeah, and then obviously the Leon tattoo, like, just me, like, when I get in my zone, I just get in the freaking zone, man, big time. And obviously living out in the wilderness, using it all as training and such, and feeling like a wild lion a little bit because there's like deer and bears and stuff out here. But I just, like, I don't bug them or anything, and like, some deer actually come up and they get really close. One deer almost wanted me to pet it, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get sick or get rabies or something, so I can't do that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It's also like how I'm kind of like the free De La Hoya of like the Bay tubers because I just live in the woods and such, and I connect with nature big time. Just being an artist too. But yeah, that's what those tattoos all mean for those. Yeah, these ones, and I got these the end of last year, so the very end of 2018, before like the new year. I got these ones, and yeah, and this one was like November. Now these ones down here, these are the tattoos I actually got this year. Like, believe it or not. So all these around, there's 5 that go around in both of them, in both waves. So yeah, the darkest tattoo, obviously, like how it got started off, like with me for Bakugan, because like I said, I was a big fan of it since it started all the way back in 2000, like 2008, 2009. So I was really getting into it. And like, Battle Brawlers was so amazing. Like, Battle Brawlers, New Destroyer, Gandalian Invaders, Titanium Surge. I loved all the seasons. I loved the series in general big time, and I was ride or die. Like, literally, I watched up until the last episode when Dan was going off on that ship by himself, and he's like, him and Drago are like, we're stepping out of the way, letting somebody else come in, and you know, start our own adventure. But that's obviously the cliffhanger they left the series off on. I cried so bad during that episode, and then I got super bummed out for like 2-3 weeks. And then after those 2-3 weeks, that's when I actually went and, like, I was watching Beyblade, and then started, going bay hunting. That's when I made my first bay hunting video, and I was super awkward, and and then just you know, it all started from there. And it's crazy to think, like, I had my big Bakugan collection and still showed them off. I'm like, I'll make a couple videos on that so people know, like, I love this series if it ever comes back. And I'm gonna be a diehard fan for sure. Um, but yeah, so so people know I never forget. Like I got the darkest symbol right there, and then I got the new school darkest one because like obviously going to the invitational hit me in the heart. The fact that they invited me out there for the invitational last year, and they're inviting me for this one, I'm still shook, man. I'm like, I gotta get another Bakugan tattoo. So obviously to represent the old school and now the new school, with the darkest because I still love darkest, and yeah. So when I got into it, I love Darkest big time. I still do. It's so awesome. And then Bull and Wolf because of the skit series. Bull and Wolf are the two of the main characters. The whole family for my first skit series. Like like Orion, Sagittario, Susan, Bull, Unicorno. I incorporated Unicorno Extreme GT's Susan and Unicorno into it, because I respected so much. And, he and I were the main ones out of the Baytubers that did like skits and such, like big Baytubers that did like the skits and all that good stuff. And yeah, so hence why I got like those two. Also, the Unicorn one recently, because like I respect him so much, man, and just he's awesome, man. He's got that swag. He's my good friend, man. Um, and then got the Verrieres tattoo. I got a Verrieres tattoo right there. See it right there. It's because I'm a lot like King. Like he grew up in a small Greek village and nobody would be his opponent. They even took his bay away, and you couldn't battle with it. And for a lot of time, you're just going around like being bummed. And he's like, "I'm too strong." Like, I don't get that. Like, how does making like being strong make any sense to take away my bay and stuff? And then that's when the star fragment fell, and then he found his Verrieres and he went and he got it, and then he started battling everybody, and then he was just honored to be able to go and battle everyone. It's the same exact case for me, because nobody plays the game in my area, like Beyblade or Bakugan. So whenever I've gone to these events, I'm like, yo, I get to battle other people. Like, I'm just glad I get to face other people, dude. And I love facing strong opponents. Like, it's the best feeling ever, man. And just even that like other Baku tubers and Bay tubers acknowledge who I am. It's just a blessing, man. It's wild. It's absolutely surreal and wild. But yeah, it's just it's just crazy, man. I have a very similar story as King does. Coming out of the woods and being able to go and battle people. I'm thinking the same thing about like the Invitational, the same thing about like the Beyblade event that's gonna be going on. I get to go and battle people, and I'm just so excited about that, man. It gives me goosebumps. Like, look at that, dude. I'm getting goosebumps. Like, oh. And yeah, so those are the tattoos in that row, and then the most recent ones. So I got these around like actually, uh, yeah, I got them in February around Valentine's Day. And then I got these ones. Yeah, I got these at the end of February, like after Valentine's Day. And then these ones I got in July. So obviously these all happened. These are the ones that I actually got after Anime Expo. After Anime Expo, I came back home. I'm like, I'm gonna get some more because there's a lot of things like just in my mind. There's just about this year. Like this year was absolutely incredible, dude, and it's ending off on a absolutely crazy note with these two events, and I'm still shook. But obviously the R-list symbol because like just going out to Anime Expo, being there with M Stubbs, being there with Mako, being there with Jet Kuso, just like Ethan Awesome, Hardcore Lecter, so many different Baku tubers, Baku nerds, so many people that were there. I was shook. I was absolutely shook and just totally honored to be there. And just like they're like, yeah, it's great to see you again. Like just like they're used to me being there. I'm like, dude, I'm not used to being here. Like I'm in freaking LA at Anime Expo, and people actually want to meet me and care about who I am and what is my life. What? Like for real, I was freaking out. And I'm like, this hits me in my heart. And Justin Gary took a picture of my darkest symbol, and I'm like, I'm getting another tattoo. So definitely the Arliss one right there. And so I got that because Arliss is growing on me big time. Like Darkest and Arliss are my two favorite factions for sure. Um, and yeah, and then obviously we got the old school pirate symbol because I never forgot where I came from. So people know I never forgot where I came from. I started out and I was originally like a big time pirates brawler. Obviously I fell in love with Darkest. I love pirates and Darkest. But yeah, when I first started off the game, I was like a die-hard pirates brawler. And I love it because it's like the main one that's just red. And yeah, man, I still love it. It still has a special place in my heart, even after all these years. Never forgot about the old series. I mean, you can tell by all the old series unboxings and such that I've done. But yeah, and I explained the Unicorno one already, like it being in my skit, Unicorno. And plus how Masamune was with the never give up attitude and, just climbing back up even after he wasn't considered a legendary blader. He was still, I'd say, one of the top 5 bladers that wasn't a legendary blader. Like him, Tsubasa, you know. Like, yeah, man, still really strong. And it shouldn't be slept on. And the double X one, because obviously I'm a big fan of Machine Gun Kelly, and just the fact that like I got this tattoo when he dropped his his rap double, like there was rap double disc against Eminem, like that was absolutely crazy, dude. Like that day, I'll never forget that day for the rest of my life because it was the same day. Like literally, I woke up to get this, and then I saw that dropped, and I was like, oh my god, like dude, this is gonna be wild. I'm never gonna forget this day ever. And yeah, and I got to go out to EST Fest and meet a bunch of people out there. I showed them the tattoo, and they all had like MGK tattoos too, which is really cool. And I was actually 10 to 15 feet away from him at like the booth, but I chickened out because like you see your idol, and it's like, oh my god, I can't. Like I literally was that person. There's a chipmunk. Never mind, I was gonna take a picture of it and then just yeeted. But yeah, you probably just heard it. But yeah, man, that's what that tattoo represents right there. And yeah, man, and that was my first concert too, like EST Fest back in August of this year. So yeah, I know it took a little bit of time for me to explain all of them, but that means there's like a big time amount of depth with every single one of the tattoos and such. I don't get them randomly if I'm really, really passionate about something, because I mean, anybody knows, like I'm sure all of you know, I'm a very, very passionate person about what I do. And like all these tattoos, they have big time significance to me, man. And I look down to this all the time, and just like seeing myself in people's videos, and you can see the tattoos and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, like, and especially my brothers, I'm like, bro, people see you, like in this form and such with this tattoo, and just see like how much I love what I do, and my family and such, and all that good stuff. But yeah, now I see all my armbands. Got one from my college. Got like 3 from Fest, and I got this one from my college too. It's kind of worn down. I really want to get another one, but yeah, because Oddline, it was like the frat I used to be a part of when I was in college. But yeah, I like I said, I've done a lot of stuff, guys. But yeah. So that is everything for this vid. That's explaining all my tattoos. I just with the events that have been going on lately, I'm like, I really just want to let you guys know like a little bit more about me, like personally, like what I mean, because I'm shook that all these events and stuff are happening. And I hope you guys look at this video, and I know some people, like some younger people, won't watch it for that long and be like, oh man, he's just rambling on for so long about stuff. But it's like, this all means a lot. If you can't tell it's there, like you're not looking, like or just listening, because it's all there. Literally, you guys are on my arm for the rest of my life. Like, look at that, like a full arm tattoo. I'm gonna probably get more on like my other arm. Time will tell how those go, man. But yeah. Anyways, because like I'm an artist, and I see my body as like a canvas too. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit longer, but I really wanted to get in depth about everything and answer the question that I know a lot of people have probably been wondering if they haven't seen me get the tattoos or anything. Like, what do all your tattoos mean? Because I know people know I'm tatted. I got 17 now. It's crazy to think. In a span of a year, I've got 17 tattoos. Before this year ends, I might get one more row. I'm thinking about it. Like right down here, and I'm not going any lower because, nah. Yeah, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure, and of course it cut off, but it's all good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content, because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, guys, until next time, it is your boy, Kimbo, signing off. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Until then, stay awesome and cool shoot, or let it rip, or Bakugan brawl. I'm up out of here.